it's new in that doesn't know what was happening last time, I'll fill you guys in and just get my little information stuff, because we did some stuff last week. I don't think I was sick. I feel like I was kind of a bit out of it. So we have this caravan that's going to go out. It's all ladies, right? Because we have a high psychic drone at both my locations for the males, and I have like a fucking pirates quest thing going on, wherever the fuck that is. Yeah, that. And I would kind of like the Psychic Soothe Pulsar. Ironically, it would help with this, but there is also 11 pirates, and like, I'm not saying I plan to take anybody, but I'm not saying that I won't take anybody. I think you guys know that by now. So yeah, I would like to go and have a look at this pirate encampment and see what I can do and stuff. So I am taking basically most of my gunners, which, I mean, hold on, Asora doesn't know where I am. Azora's my cat, hold on. Alright, she knows where I am now. She hasn't come in yet. She just kind of like walked down the hallway, stood outside my door. The door's open, but it's like slightly ajar. And she's just laying down. Sorry. I heard her meow again. I'm like, I want to have a look just to make sure she doesn't need anything. You guys are causing mayhem at the moment. Oh, yeah. Well, because it's nighttime, like, Azula just kind of wants to come and, like, lay down, but I only just turned the aircon on in here because it's a hot night and stuff. And so she'll be in here soon. It's just that it's probably still a little bit too warm for her to want to be in here, whereas Phoenix is my other cat, and he's, fuck knows where he is. He's roaming around at the house somewhere. I'll hear him later. You guys will probably hear him later. But, yeah, he normally just likes to walk around at night and, like, meow and stuff, or basically like scream at the night. That's essentially what I assume he's doing. So you'll hear him when he eventually comes in. He might be asleep, I don't know. I didn't check his last location. I thought it was on the couch maybe, but yeah, welcome in, by the way. So we did a stash quest last week. We managed to get in and out without any threat, which was kind of funny, and Phoebe Chillax is sort of pissed. That's why we've got 2 high psychic drones, like one at each location. But I also had like my caravans attacked as well, and now I have a chance to go to this pirate quest, and I don't know what's in store for us with that, because Phoebe Chillax is a little bit pissed. Hold on a second, I just need to check on her. She's howling a bit. She's okay. She's just coming. I think she wants up on the desk. You know, she wants like pets and cuddles, which is, I am starting stream like a bit late, so she's very particular about time sometimes, and I think she cares that I started late. I know, she's good. She's just gonna lay down over there. Alright. Well, there must be fucking something outside. She's at the window now. She's fully 100% captivated, attentive, so I don't know what she's found. Sometimes wait till everyone's sleeping before they throw a cat party and destroy my living room with cat litter and Christmas ornaments. See, I'm awake at night and my partner's awake during the day, so there's never a point in time where they can kind of truly be disruptive. And for the most part, like, my cats are both like pretty good. Like, they have within themselves set routines that I don't enforce. They care about. So yeah, I just kind of coexist with them, you know. I go to them occasionally, give them pats. They come to me occasionally and request pats. That's kind of the deal, you know. It's never kind of like too bad, except for when Phoenix gets like the zoomies, because Phoenix is like a really fine-bodied cat, but he has like the most exposed claws. So when he gets frisky and he goes for a run through the house, which he likes to do parkour, like vertical to the ground, sideways basically. When he goes parkour, it's a concern because you can hear this cat go like rattling through the house, and you can hear his claws going across the tiles and stuff, and eventually like lock in when he hits carpet and get traction. And if you happen to be in the location where he's going to run across, he'll just run across you. That's the only downside with Phoenix. Azula's pretty good with like everything else. She gets hangry and she wants pats and cuddles in exchange for food, like ASAP at all times. So I'm really glad that they're bringing the food in here too, because my animals are finally using their fucking storage area. We bought some stuff, some hops and shit for them that my people aren't going to use because this is no drugs colony. And yeah, my animals are finally eating in here instead of wasting all my fucking crops out here. I mean, they're still eating it. They're still running up here for something. Where are you guys going? I did leave the store open so that they could get in too. I'm going to reclose that. And I don't mind that still open because in an emergency they could get in here. I don't think we're going to let them in here, but this is fine. But yeah, we're packing down this location at the moment, and what I was going to do is I want to put in a bunch of floor beds. So I might do that while I'm having a shitty chat and stuff, because I want to lift up all the other beds and I do want to sell them or gift them, but I do need somewhere for my people to sleep. And I was going to make like a barrack situation where they'd all kind of be in like the same area, but that's just going to piss them off. So I figured, why not just let them have their rooms? It's just that they're just on the ground instead of in a luxury bed, you know? You good, Azula? She's getting into a fuzzy donut that's under my monitor. And she's just, you know how cats do that thing where they like deeply inhale into something? She was doing that. I gave her some pats. How many do I have? I have, hold on. We had somebody die last week. We have 298 at the moment. Also, Phoenix has commenced his screaming for the night, so this is my cat. If it doesn't know, you'll hear him eventually. Welcome in, Manor. Yeah, no, last week we did the stash quest, and I have another transport pod ready. We did the stash quest. We got some goods, which was great. What else we do? We got the high psychic drone because I pissed off Phoebe chillax, so she's deciding to take it out on both my colonies locations. What else we have? The caravans were attacked by manhunters, ambushed. We got an allied pod crash, which was Woozy, who I believe is over here. Transport, some items become unavailable. That's fine. If I sold it, yeah, okay. We'll send that over then. I'm also moving between locations at the moment, so I'm sending an incredibly high amount of like transport pods and junk over. So it's just, I'm going to be constantly getting pinged by transport pods. But yeah, we took on Woozy. He was like a crash landed thing, I believe here somewhere. And yeah, it's kind of rare to get a new colonist given to me. So it makes me wonder what Phoebe chillax wants to take away, because Phoebe chillax does not like when I have more than 220 colonists, and I have like over 280, right? So I had a couple of them die, and now she's giving me a new one, and I'm a little bit concerned about it because she doesn't usually give. But yeah, anyway, because we've got the quest we want to go out to, the pirate quest, I'm sending all the ladies in this side of the colony because the high psychic drones for the guys. So they're all going to be pissed or aggravated. Honestly, they're not doing too bad. None of them are really super orange at this point, so it's good. But give it a couple of days. Is it dementia? That's fine. Viper's got dementia. Yeah, so either way, like my gunner squad, they'll be fine. They're some of them are the best gunners in my colony. I have a couple of other ones that are the dudes and stuff, but I can't send them. They'll tantrum. in the caravan. What else do we have happen? We moved a shit ton of supplies over last time. And we started enclosing the rec room. So this in here in the center started getting built last week, which was good. I would like them to be able to like move some books into here. I'd like them to be able to move their little recreational nook into here because this is where it's going to go. I just had to mine out this space and I had to finish enclosing these, which also I do need to lift up these soon. But at the moment they can kind of get in through here, so it's not a big deal. Well, Phoenix has come to join us. Phoenix, my cat, he's under the desk. There you go. I was going to say, I'm like, he'll meow any moment, and I was like looking down at him. He just started, and I'm like... So yeah, you'll hear Phoenix. He comes in to scream and get pats, and then leave kind of thing. He might sleep in here, but I think it'll get too cold. Like, I only just turned on the air conditioner. Val's having a tantrum. I'm not really surprised, mate. I gotta get somebody to clean this room. Actually, Kimmy, if you're not doctoring at the moment... You do not appear to be. Can I get you to... I thought I had somebody else in here doing this. Tomboy is doing some of it. Well, I'll get you in to help Tomboy. You can pick up a few bits of dirt and shit. Keep the kitchen clean. What else we have happen? Oh yeah, my caravans with all the wood finally arrived here. So we have all the... excess quantity of animals over here that are not being culled until they come back. So, yeah. I have a lot of animals here that are a little bit too many for what I want or need. I think it's like the whole yak herd. Like, look at the fucking quantity of yaks. 71 in that spot. So, yeah, I want to send out 2 more caravans, but I'm waiting for the high psychic drone to, like, fuck off. Which it does look like... yeah, might be over. Okay, hold on. Is it only over here? No, it looks like the high psychic drone might have ended. Which is good, because then I can get 2 fucking caravans going. Fuck yeah. I thought I was going to have to wait a lot longer for this, but apparently not. So what else we do? We had the orbital trader, that's right. We got super lucky. We got an orbital fucking trader come through and bought out like the majority of our fucking inventory that I was uplifting. That was incredible. I had this whole thing was full and most of this was full, and I was starting to like fill up the 4th quarter, and I could basically sell most of it. I got like a shit ton of resources of, I think I traded for like mostly silver, gold, food, fuel and stuff like that. Like we have like a lot of fuel and shit now. I also got components, which if I can just double check around the place, because some of these need pods. I want you guys to auto build your pods, please. I'm going to leave a lot of infrastructure behind here because I don't really want to try to downpack the entire base like I did at the first location. There's like a lot of walls. I'll just take like, I was going to take all the steel out of it, but realistically, I've already transported about 30,000 steel. I don't really need the last like 21,000, which I will take, but like there's also metal in the turrets, you know? There's also metal in, of course, like the electrical. I don't really need that. The amount of metal that we've got at the moment over here, like we've got 32,000 steel, and I can mine for more, so I don't really care if I leave some behind and stuff. Also, we got this built last week, which I do need somebody to like keep this place clean, and I do need additional light. You know what would be really cool is if these little lights, I know they don't, but if they could stick on to like columns, that would be amazing. I'll get a couple of central ones. I don't want them to not be purple. I really ever have to fucking build stuff. Oh, I could put it on the outer side. It's still gonna like cover that much of light because I want to put like statues and shit in along the center if I can. So we'll do that. We'll do that, and I'll put like a fuck ton of statues along like the sides of these because they don't need to walk up against these. Right, so I can have like 8 statues, or I can have 4 really big statues in here and make this place damn nice. Which, by the way, I have got some statues. I sent some statues over. What's limestone? Oh, it's a masterwork too. Hold on. I've got the large ones in there. I've got the small ones in the kitchen. They're already taking up space. I haven't got, well, sorry, dining hall. I haven't added more of it to here. There's a fire. Well, that's going on. I guess it's probably like, I don't know, electrical fire, perhaps. I could pop it down in here for the moment and I could come back and change it, which I might just do for the moment because it'll give him a masterwork and make the room nice, you know? Every time I see the number of colonists in the colony, always amazed. Hey, Checkmaster. Yeah, well, what are we at the moment? We're 2 off 300, so we're 298. But we also had like Ender and, did Ender and somebody else die? I can't remember the other one. But, yeah. We've had like a couple of people die in the most like recent weeks. What's up, please? You can have that chair. You don't have to ask me for it every time. You can have that chair. You just want the pads. Okay. Hold on. Phoenix requires pads. How you doing, Checkmaster? I think the problem is the chair is slightly too far away, but it's a little bit further away so it's not hit by the air conditioner. I was thinking it was a good thing, but I guess proximity to me is a bad thing. It's not close enough. He just jumped up, looked at me, and hopped down and left. It's been a day. Yeah, I kind of feel that too, honestly. And not in the same capacity, but like, I feel sort of. I also want to move the chem fuel and crap, I guess. I kind of want to copy this and move it in here. Well, if nothing else, Jokemeister, there's RimWorld. So, there's that. I'm going to just put it like this for the moment. I just want to get a different color. If I could, I don't want that. I was hoping it wouldn't connect and I could move it. No, my ship is just storage. No, it will have, there we go, a blue one. It will have a recreational room in the center. Kind of like the bottom half of that mixed with, it's half uninstalled and stuff, but it'll be like this but smaller. I built all the rooms a little bit smaller than they were here, except for the bedrooms, which I think are about almost 1-to-1. Well, it was, I don't have a photo of it, but I based it on an old design of mine where I had a dining recreational room like that. So it was like half dining, half recreational. But I ended up, obviously I've half uninstalled everything, but you kind of get the gist, right? Is I ended up moving it to be all recreational stuff. So whatever you see on the bottom half of this was mirrored onto the top half of this room. Like I've literally just like cut a sample size of it, sort of thing. So, but you've also got to remember too, as for huge as this room is, for like nearly 300 colonists, it's not probably that great kind of thing. I'm still picking out everything in here and removing it and shit. I think I got them to stop putting books on all of the shelves. I'm in the process of like basically lifting up everything that I want to take. Who's starving? Trox, is it mental break? Yeah, you came out of mental break. That's fine. Actually, if you're in there, drop that there and go get yourself food. I've had Troxo doing some hauling because we have some meat down here at Lou, mate. Playing poker, you're kind of neutral. I want to find a couple of people. I don't think McJolly can do hauling. Actually, she sort of can't. Alright, let's get her back on this. As for 298 colonists, there is a big need for dining spaces. Yeah. Oh no, there's only a little bit left of that. Byro's still working on that. Nobody's hauling that anymore. I guess that's your job now. Empty accessible spot to store it. Well, I could say that they could move it into here briefly. But I really want it to be in here, but we're going to move from here soon, so it doesn't really matter. It's not that, it's foods, meals, raw. Vegetarian. Corn. Alright, now it's got a place to store it. So yeah, people will move it. A truckload of food. Well, yeah, we're back up to having the 15,000 rice, which is good. My numbers for this size of a colony should be in like the 20,000s kind of thing, realistically, for food. Like over here only has like 2,400 packaged survival meals and 14 simple meals, 900 odd pemmican, 1,000 kibble and stuff. Like it's capped. Over here I have a cap limit of about 4,000 for, I think, pemmican. I don't remember if I put that on kibble. I definitely put it on simple meals, and packaged survival meals also have a cap. So we've got, yeah, 4,000 for simple meals, 10,000 for packaged survival meals. Which one has kibble capacity? 1,000 for kibble. One of these other benches are going to have something that isn't a simple meal, I assume. Yeah, 4,000 for pemmican. 5,000 for simple meal. So most of them are pretty much all the same kind of amount. I'm trying to get to a point where like I have a shit ton of raw food again. And or my animals can access that shit ton of raw food. But I still have like plenty of food for my people. The only problem is I'm having a little bit of problem keeping up with the meat production for my cats and panthers, because we're rebreeding the animals again. We're repopulating them over here. So I'm also trying to keep on the quantity of animals that we've got being mostly female, because they'll produce a lot of offspring and we'll get a lot of meat when they get harvested adulthood. So there's that too. Because as you can see, like, we have a whole wall of panthers now. Look at this. But that requires meat. And because I'm only just kind of like getting my numbers up here, I don't really have like a lot of the animals getting auto-culled yet. They're not quite hitting their numbers. Like, none of these are red. None of them are maxed out. We'll get there eventually. What's up, Phoenix? Do you want me to move the chair? Is this what this business is? Okay, hold on a second. I gotta move the chair. Move the chair. As soon as I started moving the chair, he's immediately just like so unimpressed with the whole situation. Alright. The chair's as close as it can possibly be. Zula is confused. Phoenix is my cat, for anybody that doesn't know. He's just, I think he wants to lay down, but the room's starting to get cold because I put an air conditioner on, and the rest of the house is like kind of nice and hot. But the chair that he normally sits on beside me, I moved it just like a little bit further away because cold air conditioning, and he was complaining about it. So I just moved it a bit closer, and now he's immediately back on it. Azula's passing out, sleeping. Phoenix wants more pats. A bit of like a side management here going on. But yeah, like, I'm kind of waiting for all my animals to come back over here so that I can get like a good quantity of cull going. Because like, even though I've got all those animals, I still have this shit ton of animals. Like, I've got 83 yaks currently. I don't want 83 yaks, but I do need to move shit. So when they eventually come over to the other location, Minwick, they'll hit the limit and get auto-cull, and we'll just have like a shit ton of meat. And then the animal production of male to female should keep replenishing itself, hopefully. It's a bit of a fucking balance because we've gone through like a couple of like near starvation events in my colony, and I've had to constantly shift around food values, animal quantities, and so on and so forth to keep up with that. But the hardest part is like if we have like a cold snap and we lose like all the crops, or we have like a heat wave or thunderstorm or something like that, and certain animals get like downed or whatever, like we may not necessarily have sufficient food for the colony. But what I do want to do is I do want to get to a point where I have all this like spare excess raw food that I can just trade with. Because if I can trade with my allies and say, hey, I'd really like it if I could have all this silver, all this gold, all these components, whatever it is that I need, and you can have like 10,000 rice. Like, that's essentially how I hate that this keeps going off center. That's essentially how I used to kind of manage most of my colony. But I also never really had like nearly 300 colonists before. I've had like 170 odd at the most beforehand, and I've had a couple of colonies be over 100. I think this is my 4th 100 plus colonist colony. But yeah, it's kind of funny when I end up like with less colonists or something like that, because like I have all these job openings, sort of things that people just aren't doing. Like when we didn't have the panthers, for instance, I didn't have animals hauling, and so all my people had to waste time going around hauling shit all the time, and it was kind of like what a waste of time. Like they could be producing something, they could be harvesting something. I also had it where, because of the food situation, because we had a couple of instances where we had starvation, I had to keep the animals out of certain areas and out of like where my people would like grow stuff. So yeah, that also got difficult, because it meant that the hauling animals that I was training I couldn't use. Now that you guys aren't in a mood, I can get you guys to help me remove stuff up here again. I'm trying to get the silver out of the floor. I don't care too much about the seal, but I do want to take the silver with me if I can. Or use it to trade, I don't care. I just, I want options here, because I've got to still make the floor at the other location. Mind you, I also have like a shit ton of gold that I've been trading for silver. But I will also need the shit ton of gold eventually. And we will make components, and we'll make bionics. We're gonna get up to a point where we have, hopefully, a surplus of about 10-ish bionics per thing. Because like in a colony of this size, like 10 on surplus of everything sounds like a lot, but like if 5 people lose like a couple limbs each, it goes really quickly. Especially since like my people will have tantrums and other shit. I also moved the kitchen into the storage temporarily, just so that I could remove the kitchen room. I do want to send those soon, and I do want to get somebody to lift out these. These are also not for you guys, so I'm gonna just say, the hospital beds, these ones actually hospital beds or what? They're just kind of regular-ish beds. I guess they're kind of hospital beds. Alright, you guys lift those up as well. I'm putting down, what do you call it? The ground beds, because I'd like them to have somewhere to go. Like, I don't even care if they're in here, I don't care. But I want them to have somewhere to go sleep so that I can pull up the things. I could probably honestly have like a couple in here.